In this video, I will explain a mind-blowing technique for automated video understanding. I have written a program that, given a video, the program summarizes it. The program does not summarize the video based on what audio it has, rather it summarizes the video based on what visual items are present. You may recall I previously demonstrated a similar technique using Yellow V8 and ChatGPT. While the video explanation was reasonable, the object detection by Yellow had many errors. The code and technique I am presenting today have significantly improved results. I'm not using Yellow today. For today's program, I am using OpenAI API to receive a response regarding a frame image of the video. You will need OpenAI API key for this program. GPT-4o and GPT-4 Turbo are multimodal. That means you can send an image via API and receive back a text response. We will be using this facility to automatically generate a text description of the video. Let me quickly explain the process first for clarity, and then I will show you the code. Given an input video, my program extracts all frames one by one. Ideally, if I did not have any financial limitations, I would have sent each frame to OpenAI and retrieved its explanation about the frame. Once I have all the responses for all the frames, I could ask OpenAI to create a summary of all the combined responses. I have financial limitations. Therefore, instead of sending all frames, I am sending a frame every 2 seconds. That is, for a 30-second video, I am sending around 15 frames. That way, I minimize the cost of the API calls. Okay, I capture a frame every 2 seconds of the video and send it to OpenAI asking, "What's in this image?" My program captures each response. Once responses for the desired frames are collected, my program asks OpenAI to summarize the responses. And then we have an awesome summary. There will be no bounding boxes like Yellow. The explanations are all text-based, and the text is amazing. My program takes the input video file, and as the output, it generates 2 text files. One contains the responses from OpenAI for images for which a response was requested, and the other text file contains the summary of the responses. My program also saves the frames for which OpenAI was asked to respond. I have a video of a backyard picnic that you might remember from the Yellow V8 video I made earlier. I'll be using that video file as the input. In that input video, I had a DIY barbecue setting. The video had drumsticks, bell pepper, corn on the cob, jalapeno pepper, and quite some other complexities that the Yellow model struggled to detect. Yellow mostly did not see many of the objects during its original training, so all it could do for the frames of my video was to try its best. Let me quickly walk you through the code. This is the input video file. I am assuming you have the OpenAI API key. If not, you can get one from platform.openai.com. You will need to purchase credits so that you can use the API key you generate. I prepaid $5 and have been responsibly using it for quite some time. Also, to be safe, I am not allowing automatic renewal in my account. Don't judge me, please. Professors do have financial limitations. Here are the 2 text output files. The first one is for a frame-wise response. The second one is the summary of all the responses. This is the folder where the frames at 2-second interval will be stored. This cell is for logging some debug info. I've written a function here named generate image description that takes an image path as a parameter and returns the text response that is provided by OpenAI. This function uses the OpenAI API key to communicate with OpenAI. Given the image content, through this function, I am asking OpenAI what's in the image, and OpenAI sends the answer which is returned from this function generate image description. I have written another function, summarize via OpenAI, which takes an input text file, ideally containing the text responses for the selected frames. The function summarize via OpenAI sends the responses received earlier and specifically asks OpenAI, the content has descriptions of frames in a video. Please summarize the video. OpenAI returns the summary based on the content. This function summarize via OpenAI returns the text summary. Here we load the actual video. This is where we set the frame interval for 2 seconds. We create the directory where we will save selected frames. This is the part where the program is reading each frame and at each certain frame interval sending the frame to OpenAI and writing the responses to the output file for those frames. Here is the output. The responses are really awesome. In this part, we are calling the summarize via OpenAI function. With this file as input, the function will return the summary of the frames. We are printing the summary. If we want an updated summary, we can run this cell again. In this part, I am printing the summary to an output file. Let us take a look at the summary file. The video appears to document an outdoor grilling and cooking session, possibly in a backyard or garden setting. It begins with setting up a fire pit using bricks and concrete blocks. As the video progresses, we see detailed close-ups and overviews of various cooking stages. Then key scenes are described here. The video conveys a detailed process of setting up an outdoor grill, cooking various food items, and showcasing the enjoyment of preparing meals outdoors. Wow, that's a great description. Now let's see how the frame-wise descriptions look like. Frame 0, it starts with a small fire pit made with red tiles and concrete blocks arranged in a square shape. There is a fire burning in the center of the pit. The ground around the fire pit looks like soil, and there are some tools and materials such as wooden stick and a pack of matches. The setting appears to be outdoor area, possibly a garden or backyard. Let's see what frame 0 contains. So here is frame 0 and see how amazingly it detected things. Then frame 60. Frame 60 is appearing because that is 2 seconds later than 120. So finally, in the last frame, which is frame 900, here is frame 900, where I was holding that jalapeno. Practically, it was able to detect that green chili pepper or jalapeno, red bell pepper pieces. It did not say red bell pepper, it said red bell pepper pieces, because those are really not whole red bell peppers, they are pieces. A partially visible white onion. The white onion was covered by the jalapeno and it was able to detect that. A person is holding one of the green chili peppers, jalapenos, above the bowl. The vegetables appear to be prepared for cooking or seasoning. Wow, that's amazing description. I will provide the GitHub page containing the code and the input video file in the description section. Text-based video summarization for video understanding is becoming more prominent nowadays. Some example applications are summarizing hours of surveillance footage, automatic detection of certain events that need to trigger an alert, generating concise highlights for events, assisting in video content indexing for efficient search and natural language-based retrieval, and aiding in content moderation by summarizing user-provided videos on social media platforms. What an exciting time, isn't it? Thank you for watching. Looking forward to seeing you in another video.